to ask some of the toughest questions of the day to Ali McCoist in Ask Ali. A lot of discussion about Trent Alexander-Arnold this morning. Roy Keane telling Sky Sports there's talk about him going to Real Madrid. The way he's defending, he's going to Tranmere Rovers. Ali, would you cash in on him this month and sell him to Real Madrid? I mean, they've got a replacement waiting in the wings, haven't they?
Of course they have. Conor Bradley, who came on yesterday, yeah, and he's been absolutely terrific. Listen, Trent's having a fantastic season. Was he poor yesterday, particularly defence? Yes, he was. As you correctly said, he wasn't the only one in that Liverpool team who didn't play as well as they have been playing. But I don't think there's any real surprise, because I think that, you know, that he does get asked and he does get found out occasionally defensively. Going forward, striking the ball, passing the ball in forward areas, fantastic, sensational. He's probably the kind of perfect right back for Real Madrid, because the greatest respect, they're not asked to defend an awful lot either. Now, in answer to the question, you'd obviously sit down with them, and they have done, and they'll have the negotiations. Now's the time to make your mind up if you're Liverpool. And Trent is well within his rights to say, no, I'm not going anywhere, I'm just going to see out my contract and I'll leave at the end of the season as a free agent. That's what he's well within his rights to do. If you're Liverpool, you can't let that happen. Particularly, as you say, Jeff, it's important to point out, it's not as if that position is going to be completely vacant and one, if you know, it's needing filled. They'll look as though they've got a ready-made replacement. Has he got the same quality? Has Conor Bradley got the same quality as Trent has at this stage in his career? No, he hasn't in forward areas. Of course he hasn't. You could argue he actually might be slightly better defensively. That's up for debate. But the fact of the matter is, if you're, in my opinion, and it's one I can see we've got to ask Liverpool fans this question. I'm dying to hear the Liverpool fans' opinion on it. In my opinion, you can't afford to let him go for nothing. And if you get offered whatever it is, 20, 30 million, I think you've got to take it.
Yeah, and that's not criticism on, because he has been, with the exception of Son, he's been fantastic for them this season. Well, I was going to say, fantastic for them this season. He's been fantastic for them, full stop.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
But look, 03717 223344, Liverpool fans, if you want to have your say, we'll take your calls this morning. Next up, Brentford smashed Southampton 5-0 on Saturday. Ivan Juric is in charge there now. Lots of unrest at St Mary's. Do you think in the long term Southampton might regret firing Russell Martin, Ali?
I don't know. I mean, they've just had a bit of a disaster, haven't they? From start to finish this season. Even in Saturday there, Jeff, I'm watching some of the goals they're losing, you know, and giving away penalties and short with pass backs with headers. Just defensively, they have been absolutely all over the place, I think, this season. And some of the goals they've lost, you know, if somebody plays through you, hits a scream over 25 yards, you can hold your hands up and applaud it. But on numerous occasions, Jeff, you and I have discussed on a Monday morning, particularly the poor standard of defending and the goals that Southampton have been losing. That hasn't changed since Russell Martin's left, and it's just poor defensive performance from a team in the top flight I've seen in a long, long time. Whether, I don't know, is the answer to the question. Are they going to regret firing Russell Martin? I think that they're going to get relegated, mate. It's as simple as that. And whether Russell Martin's the type of manager that could have brought them straight back up, I'm guessing that's the leading question. He might have been. Russell Martin might be the man that would have brought Southampton straight back up. But I genuinely don't think they're thinking along the terms of, we regret that decision.
I mean, Saints fans, they're not venting their wrath at the new manager, Juric, but the players who, in their eyes, were not putting it all in, and the owners in particular, Sports Republic.
Yep.
Look, their recruitment has been poor, but Jason Wilcox left as director of football almost a year ago, and they haven't replaced him. So it's January. If they are going to try and step, who's going to do the buying? That's what I don't get, you know. And I understand the frustration. And I think Southampton fans are concerned, you know, not about coming straight back up next season, but in actual fact, heading in the opposite direction, you know, with the players they got now, which is extreme pessimism. There's no doubt about that. I'm just going to throw one in here from somebody sent me a message on X. It's Richard S., who says that all of the three players that I mentioned, Son, Maddison and Basuma, were sick at the weekend, and I should have known that. Well, I tell you what, Richard, you might well be right, but James Maddison, he never plays the full 90 minutes for Ange, whether he's fit and healthy or not. But he also says, has Jeff not watched Son all season? He's been abysmal. Well, yes, I have watched Son from time to time this season, Richard, but I'll tell you what, I watched Timo Werner as well. I know who I'm starting. Luke Littler won his first world title live on talkSPORT on Friday. Well, you know what I mean, don't you, Ali?
Oh, I know exactly what you mean. I know 100%. I mean, they wanted, I can understand it, at the weekend, in the pre-match interview, Andrew was saying he wanted to use Werner's pace, but I tell you what, he'd met his match with Livramento, who's equally as quick, and as you correctly said at the start of the programme, played exceptionally well.
He's a good player.
Very good.
Is Livramento, no doubts.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.